So welcome back to the secret underground lair. Our new bracket has come off the 3D printer for mounting onto the carriage of the Worktable Sawmill. And our coupling nut is simply going to slide in there. The brackets that I had made earlier to retain that coupling nut and held in place by some clamps will now sit on there like that, keeping the retaining nut in place. I need to drill a hole through there. That will be held in place by that bolt that goes right through. So I'll drill these two holes, slip that on there, and then we can get this mounted onto the carriage. That's today's adventure. So with the hole drilled and the bolt in place, this is how the capture nut is going to be held into the bracket. So now I'm going to mount this bracket onto the carriage. I'm going to change the position of it from where it is currently so that we have a little more clearance at the end, at that end of the sled where the motor drive is. And it also positions this bracket directly underneath the blade. So it might be a little bit better for balance. So let me get that set in place, pilot holes drilled, and we'll put this bracket in. So our new bracket is just going to be a little bit beyond the old bracket. It gives us 11 inches of clearance from here to here. It also lines it up pretty much with the center of the blade. And the reason that I've moved it up here, as well as the aligning with the center of the blade, is that on this end I have 11 inches from here to about here, just a little bit beyond that nut. So that means that the sawmill can come all the way back to here, giving maximum amount of cutting on the bed. So that will put the blade right about here, meaning that I have almost the full length of the table for a log. And I suppose I can move the rails back if I want a little bit more. But anyway, that's why I'm positioning it where I'm positioning it, to give me clearance over this arrangement here. So I'm just going to drill some pilot holes for the screws that hold this in. And I'm just going to do one at a time. So I took the old bracket off, have the new bracket in place. I put that one screw in there just to hold it temporarily while I put this hole in. I'll take that out, drill the hole the rest of the way, and then put the screws back in. And yes, those screws are of differing length, but that's okay. Okay, so now I can get the coupling nut put back in there. And I'm at a point there where I can now use the motor to get that in the rest of the way. To do that, I have to put on a bunch of other support mechanisms on this end. So I'll be back in just a second. All right, our bracket is now mounted, bolted in place. That's keeping the coupler nut within the bracket. Move this up a little bit farther forward so we get a little more travel on the saw. And I've done the same thing to the other side. Moved the sawmill all the way back to the beginning. I flipped the log over, and I'm just going to take 3/4 of an inch off this surface here, and then we'll start making some more slices. Little bit of an experiment here with some enhanced dust entrapment, I'll call it. Just took a little piece of this plastic that we've got, and with an alligator clip, just attached it onto the front of the bottom blade guard, lower blade guard. This actually did an incredible job at keeping the dust from coming out in front of the saw, so it captured an awful lot. I still had all kinds of dust coming out the back of the blade, so from here, and it comes out the back of the blade primarily because as the dust exits the log, it hits this guide and just kind of swirls around and winds up coming out in this direction here, so it comes out this way. So I'm going to just experiment over the next few cuts, see if I can find a way to capture a little bit more dust coming out the back here. However, that's minor. Out of this experiment today, well, I shouldn't say experiment, but this new piece that we put on, the new carriage bracket, that worked really, really well. I'm very happy with the result of that. I think happy enough that I'm now going to trim off this end of the threaded rod. I don't need to have that sticking out so far. And yeah, just carry on cutting. I didn't get quite as far in my cedar log as I'd hoped today. Had to run a couple errands, do a little bit of automotive repair on my daughter's car. And but you know, we're making progress. The cuts that we're getting out of this out of the sawmill are just beautiful. I'm really happy with the evenness of it. And of course, the beauty of the wood is just spectacular. So that's going to be a video for today. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I probably will not have a video for tomorrow. Tomorrow we're actually delivering the 2 nightstands and the console table that were built a few videos ago. So yeah, we're going to make a happy customer tomorrow. So thank you again. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I will see you on the next video.